So let's see. I think that overall, if there's just like anything else that Althea or Danielle, if you have anything you want to share with a group of something that just hasn't been explored yet or talked about, maybe a little bit about Hillel, your experience with Hillel, and what it brought for you. I know, Danielle, you've touched on a little bit, but your experiences, whether they were huge or small or whatever your scale is for Hillel, and what did Hillel mean for you? So, yeah.
Later. My name starts with an A. I'm always used to going first in school anyway.
Oh,
So, but yeah, for me, I think I found Hillel sort of late because it was like grad school and you know how I am, Christy, like I'm just such a type A, like, dun, 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 like I just go, go, go. So when I was in grad school, I was like, I'm here for grad school. I'm doing grad school stuff. And then a friend had introduced me to the idea of like going. And I don't even remember the first time I went, but I remember it was like after seminar, one of the evenings or something. And I was like, man, I wish I would have found it sooner. That was only my thing, because I still try really hard now to like support Hillel and, donate when I
she's an
can.
alumni donor.
I
Hey.
donate, I do what I can, but because I want other people to have those opportunities, because I did enjoy the times that I had. I felt like I was so busy and I had found you guys so late, but I got to go to Israel with you guys. I volunteered through JNF the same year. I went to Israel twice in the same year. And I was literally just talking about it at work the other day, like floating in the Dead Sea and like just all these experiences that will like forever be stuck with me. So even though I didn't get to participate in like the weekly, necessarily meetings and stuff, I still feel like it was such a huge part of my life. And anytime you text me now or hit me up, Christy, because, I don't have social media, so I haven't had it for years. So I'm not like in the know, but every time you text me, it's like, like a cousin or something. You're just like, hey, what's up? So I that means a lot to me,
Yeah.
those experiences.
I love you. When I called my alumni for the very beginning, you were the first because you're the A, of course.
Yeah.
A lot of alumni don't have the same phone number, which I was shocked. I've had the same phone number for like 20 years. And
Yeah.
I'm so thankful that you're that loyalty, it's like, yeah, it's just consistent and loyal and dependable. And so I really was excited to get a live person. So thanks for participating tonight. Okay, Danielle, how about you?
I think that what I really want to talk about is some advice I wish I could give myself. And just like incoming freshmen or anyone who's like involved with Hillel now is just like really take advantage of the programming and of the safe space that Hillel is. That's definitely something that I really appreciated over the years is, as I got older, I started going to Hillel events less and less, but when I would go, I felt really welcomed. I felt really remembered in that space. And that's something that I just really hold on to now. And, this is a community that I want to keep coming back to. And that really shaped my college experience. And I really felt, especially as an incoming freshman, like I had this support net of people I could go to and I could count on that, had a similar upbringing to me and have similar like values to me. And on top of that, Hello not only was a safe space for me, but was a safe space for my friends who weren't Jewish. Like I remember getting texts from my friends on whatever night Hello was, and they'd be like, "Are you going? Like, can we come with you?" And they were always welcome, and that was such a big deal to be able to just bring my friends to a place that I enjoyed so much. And they were welcome and fully involved and invited, and got to make friends too. And yeah. Shout
I
out
love
to
that. Inclusivity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, so you brought up something that made me think about, I wanted to switch back a little bit, Danielle, what you were saying is some advice. And like when we've had these before, sometimes the challenges come out, which I think is really good to hear about. Have you had any challenges or like as adulting, things that have kind of you've had to address? Or how do you manage adulting on like the absolute realist level?
That is a good question. Definitely something that I have had to address within the pandemic is being comfortable doing things on my own and taking initiative to do things that I enjoy on my own. And that's really something I wish I had started doing when I was younger and when I was in college. Now I'm ready to go to maybe outdoor art galleries or markets or whatever I feel excited about. And I'm excited to do that and spend that time by myself and feel fulfilled. But that's something I was really scared to do. And to just be alone and just sit with yourself is something that I was really scared to do. And I think grown into as I've left college and, become more of an adult.
I love that. I didn't have that first experience. So I was 33 and I had my birthday and I didn't want to see anybody. And I just like did my own thing. And I climbed a tree. I watched the sunset. I baked a pie. I brought it to an elder. And I had a free hug sign, which was terrifying for me. Just because I felt like I was so vulnerable and being like, here's my heart. And I didn't realize how nervous I would be for that whole thing of just being so vulnerably naked at the farmer's market. But yeah, so 33. So how old are you? You're like
23.
23? Awesome. Decade early, girl. I love it. Jews are always more advanced. I feel like the bat mitzvah, I feel like really sets up the stage. Okay, Althea, how about you? What's up with you and like behind the scenes? If we pulled the curtain back, like what have you had to experience?
Well, I think I'm a little older than everybody on here. I'm 31, but I think for me, the biggest thing, two things really. One has been just to relax. I feel like and maybe it's just my personality, I'm just very tightly wound and I just worry about hour to hour, minute by minute, and trying to find that balance between planning ahead but not getting so caught up in the future that I just miss the present. And honestly, for me, that was a lot of college. Was I just rammed right through it, and I didn't really, I don't want to say enjoy the experience, but I was kind of like, it was an ends to a mean, like, oh, this is just part of it, I got to get to the next. And so then after school and getting in my career, I'm like, now I'm here. Like there's no quote unquote next step, college is done, in my career. So for me, it was just to relax and just to learn to like live a little in the moment. I'm sure you saw it on the plane, on the trips you took me to Israel. It's like, but that's the first thing.
Everyone else. Yeah.
Yeah.
Long flight. 18 hours.
Right. And then the second thing I do is I meditate daily. So I actually pay for the Calm app.
Nice.
It's like $80 a year, but it's great. It has meditation. It has these things called the Spark, where it's just this guy interviewing just all types of people, celebrities, singers, writers, authors, people who dress up as Santa Claus, just anybody. And they just kind of like ask them to talk about like experiences or things that help them. And then it gives you like a quote of the day. So I meditate daily, and that's really helped kind of ground me as an adult to focus on the present, which I think for me is just a personal thing I've worked on. But that's helped me adult better, is to just live in the moment and deal with right now.
I think a good mix of what Althea and Danielle have both been saying. Being in a social work program, we talk about a lot of stuff that is very emotionally heavy. I think we have bonded a lot as a group because of that. We have like a little group, like the entire class has a group chat going and we're constantly on it, which is really nice. But I think I've had to learn, like, I am a very go, go, go type of person. I have to like sometimes get myself to stop and be like, and like kind of like Althea said, enjoy the present moment and like allow myself to have that like self-care and like not push myself through a wall. And like, I need time to myself and actually enjoy, what I'm doing, enjoy the program and get as much out of it as I can now before, I look back and be like, oh man, like I wish I had made more connections and like done, talked more. So I think that's what I'm trying to focus on right now. It's just trying to create as like many connections as I can, even if COVID makes it hard sometimes because of the whole social distancing. But
I want to show my hobby of groovy records puzzles. So I'm all into puzzles. I'm into puzzles these days. I love it. And my kids walk up, they're like, "You're done." I'm like, "I know. What am I gonna do now? Gotta get another one." I love puzzling though. It's like good because it's like mentally stimulating, but it's not my games on my phone or like I don't know anything else. It's nice. It's nice. My husband then can like sit and talk with me rather than when I'm on my phone. I don't really like to be approached. So it's nice to be social. Awesome. Well, therapy is something that I have found. I love that meditation was brought up, self-care, and having a relationship with self. Those are all things that I have definitely found. And like I said, mine were probably Althea, like around like my early 30s. So I think that's awesome. And the more we can talk about those things, I think for mental health and relationships and healthy and loving relationships, it just makes us more available for being women of integrity and dignity when we can kind of like pause when agitated and needed and then just like let it go and be more present. So I love that.